I am back in the building. Good afternoon, my people. What's up? What's up? What's up? This is another No Dub Zone episode sponsored by Vision Sports Management. Shouts to my brother John Boy Belton. Follow him on Facebook and Instagram. Once again, shout outs to him. Shout outs to the sponsors. Shout outs to y'all. Yes, I'm definitely back again. Second time around. I told y'all once I got back to the stream, I was going to be heating up. You know, from 8 o'clock this morning till 7:15 now. Back at it. Um, I was supposed to be doing. First of all, hold on. I hope everybody who got to where they were going, where they needed to go this morning or this afternoon, have arrived there safe. Be careful out there, y'all, because there's a lot of foolishness going on out there. So uh, let's just be aware of our surroundings. Um, I, I told you guys I was gonna wait till next week to do this, but I said, what the hell? I could do it now and I could do it next week, do whatever I want. Uh, another one of my favorite fighters I like to get into it about, Caleb Sweetheads Plant. Of course, you know he has his fight. I believe that's next Saturday. Shit, got his opponent's name. Is crazy. Doesn't matter though. Um, but I'm interested to see how the question is how much longer will he remain at 68? When will we ever see him in Edgar Berlanga? Will we see him in Jamal Charlo, excuse me? There's some questions. So let's not waste any time and let's get straight into it. So for my newcomers, my regulars, everyone, welcome to the No Doug Zone podcast. Let's go. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend that this is where it goes down at No Doug Zone podcast. Um, I will not be on here long. Because I know there's other people that's going live tonight. A lot of my other brothers, I want to catch them live. Shout out to my brother BBO Boxing, D Free, my brother Underrated, Kano, uh, who's ever going live tonight. You know what I mean? Shout outs to y'all. So, Caleb Sweethand's playing, and let me tell you something. That thumbnail you see back there, let me tell you what makes that thumbnail special. What actually makes that thumbnail special is if you look clearly in the back and you see like a guy who's holding something up to his face, like a tablet. It's actually me. That's just one of the pictures that I put. There's about two, and it's crazy because when the picture first came out and I saw it, I said, "Holy cow!" And I think somebody said to me, "I saw you in the picture," and I'm like, "What picture did you see me in?" It's like Caleb Plant, you was at the media workout, right? You're in the picture, and I go, "Oh, word?" I said, "Well, that's crazy." And I think I happened to look on, I don't know if it was his Facebook, it was somewhere. Who I don't know who had it. Um, and I looked and I said, "Wow!" And I saw it was two pictures I had. And I kept that. That's something that definitely has to go up in my wall. I think I'm a part of a lot of other stuff too. But man, this is why I love doing what I do because it's memories, man. It's all worth it at the end. All worth it at the end. So give me a second. Hold on, y'all. Give me just 1 second. Give me 1 second. Y'all bear with me for a second. Get something straight here for one. Second. Trying to get this guy that Caleb is fighting, getting his name together because I don't want to pronounce it wrong. Because you want to give the guy some kind of respect, and he is a fighter. And just because we're not familiar with guys' names, I tell you this all the time. That does not mean that remember this. Oh, okay. Solution. Well, what's up? Yeah. Okay. Cool. Um. You know what? Hold on for 1 minute. Hold on for 1 second. Stay right there, baby girl. Stay right there for 1 second. Yeah. I could have sworn I've seen this dude before. I might have. Um. I just can't. Well, I sent you something, sis. I'm gonna need you to come up here respectfully. So anyway, I don't know much about old boy. Like I said, I'll be back here next week to talk about it. I really made this about Plant, right? And the question is how much longer will he remain at 68? Um, Now for some of you guys, the response would be he's going to stay at 68 and he's not going to. Oh, I see it now. I see the name. Okay, I see the name of him now. I see it. Okay. Damn, I'll be back here next week to probably talk about this again, which is crazy, but it's all right. I get to do whatever it is I want to do. You got guys who talk about the same fighters, so we can do that. So anyway, how long would he remain at 68? You start uh looking at the level of competition, and then you look at the guys at 75, right, which is not a bus load of them. You said may have misspelled. Oh man, well, come on now. Uh-oh, then go the Grim Reaper. Uh-oh.
Yep.
Look who coming up here. Be free. Look who coming up here being grown. Be free. Look who being grown.
I'm trying to do some field study so I can do
Wait a
my.
minute. Now, listen, you not about to come on here with. Come on now. You ain't about to. My girl coming outside being grown. Okay. Peace to the peace to the
You still want
peace
being
to
grown?
the peace to the queen, man. What's up? Appreciate you. So, yeah, that's crazy. I can't believe I got you to come up here, though. That's. Hey,
Yeah.
D free. I graduated.
Oh, I got you.
Yep.
I got our sister up here. No, so the question was, how much longer will Caleb Plant remain at 68? So, sis, this is your first time up here with us, I want you to answer that if you could. How much longer do you see Caleb Plant remaining at 68?
Well, I don't know that he struggles to make weight, so I don't see him moving up it anytime soon.
Oh, damn.
You think he's
Yeah.
gonna move up?
You know what?
Nah, I don't
No
think he is.
disrespect how his gas tank is set up. Nah.
That's conditioning, though. I think.
Yeah, I know, but it's like, yeah, I don't know.
Let me
Um,
let me look at him
nah,
right here.
nah,
Yeah,
But it's
I don't think I don't think he's moving up at any time soon because um Caleb Plant is a naturally 168-pound fighter. Like you have some of these guys that's naturally that's their weight class. We saw for a long time with Marvelous Hagler. He was naturally a 160-pound fighter, and so you have guys that just comfortable at a weight. They're not going to move because they don't really gain. By the time they actually start gaining weight, their career is over. So it's time for them to get out the game anyway. So I don't see Caleb Plant moving up at all.
Yeah, he's 32 and shoot the last 10 or so fights, maybe. He's been at 60. I don't think he's going nowhere. He's going to go out at 68. Unless he just gets big all of a sudden for some weird reason. Because he even looks healthy. Like, yeah, I've never heard of him struggling to make weight. I think he just don't run. He run on that treadmill. He don't go outside and run, I don't think.
Yeah, I think he probably will retire before he ever decide to even try to move to 75 because the fights probably won't be there for him at 68, and he'll probably just get fed up with the sport and just end up retiring. Because at 75, I just don't. I don't know how Caleb Plant would look being at 75 because they all blow up when they rehydrate. So that means he will be fighting at somewhere around 180, 190 pounds. I don't think so.
It's still so many people he could fight too, man. At 68.
Yeah.
Even going out a few years, it's people in that class he ain't fought yet.
Yeah.
We didn't even know who the hell McCombie was.
Yeah.
I actually would like to see Caleb Plant and William Skull and see how that goes down. They both boxers.
You know what? I never thought of that one.
Munguia. He never and Billy, which I probably don't see him doing that. There's Kevin Lele Sajo. It's a lot of people he could fight, man.
Yeah.
I mean, he could get the Boo Boo Andrade if Boo Boo ever decide to come back.
Yeah.
And they supposed to be making the Jamal Charlo the next fight. So he still has that fight there. If Jamal stays around, he still has that fight. What's going on, Tay?
So it seems to me he has a lot of options after next Saturday.
Heck yeah, man.
I think it's more reasonable fights at 68 than it is for him at 75. Because at 75, majority of those guys that's at 75 are overseas guys. So that means he would have to spend most of his time fighting overseas, unless some of those guys come over here.
Well, I mean, you got some Americans, but you're right though. I think the majority are. You got somebody been calling him out, and he won't respond. Kevin Newman's been calling him out.
Yeah.
Berlanga, he still got smoke with them. Like
that's what I want to see. That's what I want to see.
Ducking that smoke right now. Berlanga ducking that smoke right now.
I'm still iffy on that fight, though. I really am.
What do you think happens in that fight?
I think Berlanga. Okay, I know Berlanga can box, but he's been knocking people out so long that, like, I'm curious. Maybe you guys would know some of this better than I. But if you don't, I don't want to say if he don't use it, he'll lose it, because I don't think you ever forget how to box. But you'd be rusty. And I don't think Shiraz is that great either, though. So that's why I just say I don't know really what to think about that fight.
See, the thing with Berlanga, Berlanga hasn't actually boxed since he left the amateurs, because he had 16, 17 straight fights where he got first round knockouts. So he hadn't had the opportunity to actually box. And then, I mean, when you look at him, when he don't get the knockout in the first round,
he don't look good.
He don't look that good at all. He don't look that good at all. I remember the fight that he had with Steve Rose. I remember the fight he had with Nicholson. He don't look that good.
But I mean, okay, who's to say he couldn't be working on that, especially for this particular fight?
I mean, you would think so, because he's back with his original trainer. So you would think that's what they're working on.
He's back with Eric.
From what
Ain't
I
that
heard, he was back with his original trainer. So
I have to look. I have to look into that. I think he might. Yeah, because he be in New York, so I'll find that out.
Yeah, you got me wondering right here now. If that's the same guy, Connor was talking to him, and he was saying he wished Berlanga would come back. He was saying how he can box very well, but he was just kind of feeling bad for him. He didn't like the way he was going. It's the Hispanic guy, right? And his son boxes as well.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
good. That's good because Cole used to be with him too. Khalil Cole.
The big stepper.
Yeah, he used to be with him as well.
That's my man. Yeah, I gotta
like Khalil too.
I gotta holler at him. I gotta holler at E. E hollered at me a little while ago about that. We spoke about a few things that I couldn't put out publicly, but the shit that he spoke to me about, I was like, what?
Oh, so I'm talking about the coach.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you go, he's on if you go on my Instagram, I got him on my gram with me. Matter of fact, I'm gonna be going up there that way tomorrow, because we got the GWOAT. She'll be in Brooklyn, doing the media workout. So we're gonna go through there, and I just found that out today, and I'm like, oh shit! So it's gonna be lit in Gleason's tomorrow. Nice. We're gonna be out there, but but it's So I'm looking at Caleb, right, and I'm like, okay. I just wanted to get everybody's feedback on what do they think how long he could remain at 68, and a lot of us are thinking the same thing that no, this is a weight class he will retire at. But I'm not gonna lie to you, it's a lot of fights for him at 68. If you just think about everybody we just named, but for some reason, out of everybody, there's two people I need to see him in there with. Jamal Charlo, and I got to see him in there with Berlanga. I got to see it. Hey, let me tell you something. The only reason why with the Jamal, even though Jamal was doing a little too much, when you slap me, I got to get it back. Not saying he didn't deserve to get slapped, but I got to get it back. I ain't gonna hold you. I got to get it back, and the best way to get it back is in that ring.
With the whole Berlanga, you need to holler at Berlanga and tell him get in the ring with Caleb Plant. Because Caleb Plant want the smoke, Berlanga don't want it.
Yeah, that's where I'm confused in. I'm confused in that part though. Very confused. Because when he ran up on him that time in Vegas, I forgot who was fighting that week. I was thinking then, okay, this is next. This is next.
EJ and Bud fight, wasn't it?
No, I don't remember where it was, but that week Edgar was running up on everybody. He even ran down on Morrell. He was running down on everybody.
I think that was the press conference they had before the Times Square press conference.
Okay, I'm thinking,
I'm like, you running down on everybody, player. I'm like, oh, he want the smoke. So that all of a sudden, every time you hear him mention his name, he'd be like, man, Caleb's a bitch. And I'm like, okay, we understand that part, but when are we fighting? You know what I'm saying? The name calling is cool, but when are we fighting? I mean, that's just Edgar for you. Edgar's gonna let you know you're a bitch, and I'm like, okay, that's cool, but when are we fighting? That's what I want to know. I don't care about the results, but
I like Caleb Plant, man. I like him a lot. I like a lot of fighters a lot, but Berlanga, I don't like him so much. Him and Charlo should be actually next because of this whole setup, right? That's going on now. That's next for sure.
Yo, Jamal Charlo and Edgar Berlanga would be crazy because that's going to be, first of all, it's going to be a shit talking press conference.
I got
them two would have to be separated. They're gonna have to do it virtual. Because
I got Mo in both of them fights though, and I just like Jamal too.
Yeah.
Depending on what he looks like.
I think Jamal has I don't know how much he has left to prove. But watching him beat Jose Benavidez is like, okay. Not too many people still was impressed with that. They were like, okay, it's Jose. Everybody's beating Jose.
I was because he had been out, and we know
Yeah,
he was going through some crap, and
yeah,
he
yeah.
actually, I thought he looked good considering all that was going on with him.
Well, I mean, when you leave like that and you come back, the problem is, and me and Free talk about this all the time. Everybody wants you to come back and get the top dog, and a lot of times it don't work like that.
It don't make
We hear
sense.
EJ say every time, I don't need no tune up. But sometimes you might have to settle for one
Yeah,
because then it could cost you. It could
Yeah.
cost you in the end because you're trying to prove that I'm not just out here to fight anybody. I want the best is out there, and that's cool. I think that you should, when you come back, you should always have at least two good fights for before you jump in the deep end of the pool. So I had no beef with him fighting Jose Benavidez. I'm just going by what these people would say. Well, why did he fight him, man? He should have fought this guy. And people just be talking to be talking. They really don't know anything. But I have no beef with it at all, man. It was a good win, and I'm hoping after this we can get him in plan because I think that's what they're doing. They're trying to set it up in front of our eyes. I see what
yeah.
they're doing.
Well, I think they said that. I think they said
Yeah.
that they would fight these guys, and then they're supposed to be next. It's kind of like that Fatal Fury mess
Yeah.
that's kind of falling apart.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus
Because
Christ!
this was a tune-up for Jamal Charlo because
Yeah.
Caleb Plant just fought in September, but Jamal Charlo hasn't been in the ring for almost 2 years now. And the last time he fought was on the Benavidez card, Benavidez versus Boo Boo Andrade.
Boo Boo, yep,
So
undercard.
that was the last time that Jamal fought. So this more so a tune-up for Jamal to get back into the swing of things.
Now my thing is this kid that Jamal is fighting from Jersey. What do we know? What do we know about him? Because I haven't done no homework on him. I ain't never heard the dude. Never seen him a day in my life.
We know his name
Is
is
that
Cornflake.
Cornflake?
Cornflake.
Stop, yo, y'all stop doing it. Cornflake.
That's his name.
That's his
I
name.
know,
Man.
but stop though. It's the way it's the way she said it. Cornflake.
Cornflake.
That's Cornflake. That's his name. I mean, what you want me to say?
I know. It's the way she said it though. Cornflake.
We know his name is Cornflake.
But if you remember, this is the dude that Jamal was supposed to fight before he fought Jose Benavidez before he had went out. When he had went out on that first.
Whoa, wait a minute. That's the dude?
Thomas
Yeah, that's the
Lamana.
dude that he was supposed to fight.
Holy shit.
Thomas Lamana. Yeah, he been hanging around to fight.
That's why the hatred was built up because they already had it where they were supposed to win at it. They were supposed to fight. Oh,
He's out
man.
of Jersey too. He's out of
Yeah,
Jersey.
he out of Jersey. You could tell by the way he talk. He's one of those dudes from Jersey. They actually just did. I think they just did. If I'm not mistaken, either today or tomorrow, they're doing a media workout with him in Jersey. But it's like close to Philly where they going because Jersey and Philly's close. And I told them, I said I can't make that. I'm not going out that far, so I couldn't make that. But okay, now it's making sense. Okay, yeah, I do remember that. So it's a lot of animosity in that. But even that guy, I have to see how he does because he's 68 too, right?
Yeah, super middle, 39 and 5.
We got a lot of bodies. We have a lot of bodies at 68.
Damn, he's 33. He looks younger than that, oddly enough.
Well, ain't no telling how he'll look after the 31st. He might not look 33, but ain't no telling what he might look like after.
Oh man, he's fought Mendoza. I'm just looking at some film on him.
Oh, looking at his okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to scoop and look him up too. What about Caleb's opponent? What do you guys, if you can, or you D3? Because a lot of these guys I don't look up, and it's my fault. I have to do it. What do we know about his opponent?
Who's he fighting again? Because I didn't even look to see who he's fighting.
Jose Resendez. I know that name. Resendez.
I've seen his face before, but the name's not matching. But I seen dude face. I just can't think of who I seen him in there with though. I seen his face before.
I can tell you who he's been in there. Oh gosh, yeah,
Once you start,
he's 26. Elijah Garcia, he's fought.
I think I've seen that fight. That's
Heard,
what
yeah,
Hold up, Elijah Garcia. What weight class did he start fighting at?
exactly. Well, it looks like he goes 60 to up to 68 because he fought Jared Hurd at 60 and Elijah at 60. I don't remember him fighting Elijah though, or Jared.
Yo, I think that's where I seen him. Because his face, I'm like, I've seen that face somewhere. Just couldn't think of where.
The rest of these guys are all Hispanic. I'm not familiar.
It might have been one of Elijah's early fights.
It was in 2 years ago.
So there's about 2, 3 maybe noticeable names on his resume.
Hey, it said he knocked out Jared Hurd.
Yeah.
That's the dude that slept
Jared
Jared?
got knocked out. Yeah, that's the dude.
KO.
I know who he is now. That's the dude that everybody thought that's the dude that everybody thought Jared Hurd was gonna beat up.
Yeah, they thought he was gonna steamroll him. Yeah.
Yeah, and he stopped him. He stopped Jared Hurd, and that's when Jared Hurd went on that small retirement before he just recently came back.
Yeah, did he bust his jaw or something like that? Something weird like that? Was that what it was?
Yeah, he was doing the number. He was doing the number on Jared.
Something happened in that fight or something. Didn't he bust his jaw or something, or he broke his nose, or it was something that happened. I remember this fight. I'm looking at.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Caleb. All right.
That ain't too much to brag about because Jared Hurd is telling himself.
No, but you know how we always judging, and not saying we, but people, they look at the resume, and if the fighters are not noticeable, then the first question is who you fought. So just even bringing those names up, it's like, okay, but just know that none of them are Caleb Plant. That's the problem.
Yeah, I mean Jared Hurd is a known guy, but Jared Hurd hasn't been Jared Hurd since what, the J-Rock fight?
Yeah.
Fight's the same, but he just ain't got it. Yeah.
Yeah, when he just had that last fight, I felt bad.
Yeah.
And I was like, come on, Jared, just when you ain't got it no more, you just ain't got it. You were a true champion. You did great in the sport of boxing. Sometimes you just need to relax because remember, this is a sport where you'll be a vegetable, one punch. So it's really not it's not worth it. But
he was always taking hits straight to the face. He never got off the line. So I was glad he said he was retiring because
you got to do it. You got to do it because let me tell you something, man. Like I said, one punch, just one can change it. You don't have to always be in it. You got guys that they've got brain damage and sparring. We're not even talking about you having a real fight. We talking about you getting brain damage and sparring. I be seeing some people in the gym and I'm like, so when you gonna fight? I don't know. You don't know when you gonna have a real fight, but your ass is constantly in here getting your ass handed to you in sparring. Like, I don't get it.
Yeah, he broke his jaw or something. Now I'm looking at the fight. I remember it was something with his mouth.
Yeah, Jared didn't have broken noses. He didn't have broken jaws. Like, there's only so much you can take when you in that ring, man. Like, when I saw Caleb in there with David Benavidez, it hurt me to watch that fight. The way he started looking, I said, "Oh, come on."
That's because they're going. David Benavidez, you know what he can possibly do if he's given the opportunity to get to you. So it's a little bit different. Like certain guys, you're like, okay, if he makes it past this guy, regardless whether he win or lose, if he makes it past this guy, I say, okay, this dude can fight. Because there's certain guys where you like, dang, this dude he about to fight is an animal. If he can make it past this dude, then he could fight.
Yeah.
I do remember this fight against Garcia now too. Yeah, this is when Garcia still fought like a Mexican. I'll just say that.
Yo, you know what's
it was early in Garcia's career because Garcia only been fighting for probably about 4 years, maybe 5.
Yeah, it was in 2023 too, but
Okay.
he got a new trainer now, and he boxes more now.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
Gaucher, ooh, he schooled that boy to me. He did. He put on a master class, and they still gave that fight to Elijah. I didn't like that, but it is.
Yeah, it'd be like that. I mean, it shouldn't be like that, but it be like that sometimes. This is why you can't leave the judges no room to even judge a fight. Now you just got to go in there and beat a poor fighter to death. That's why Benavidez is always successful. He's always successful, man. He's always, I mean, he's gonna go in there. If he leave it into the judges, believe me, they ain't gonna have no choice but to pick him because he's gonna beat the hell out of you. My favorite knockout, not of all time, I would say, but one of my favorite knockouts is watching Caleb Plant stretch out Anthony Dirrell. That shit was crazy. Oh man, that shit was crazy.
Yeah, that was a
Yeah,
hell of a
crazy.
knockout.
I felt bad for Dirrell.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you, I gotta say, probably my favorite knockout of all times right now. I gotta say, it was the dude that turned H2O into an ice cube. Don't do that. I can't get that image out of my head. He hit that dude, dog. It's the way that it happened, though.
D Free on some BS right now. I'm gonna say in the words of my man,
you like it?
Because
in the words of Dub Right Side, you out of order. You out of order right now.
Why? It's because of the way that it happened. Like H2O was winning every round. He had like 30 seconds left, and dude just said, "Wow!" He just. I was like, because I literally turned the fight off. I was like, "Damn, he winning every round." I'm like, "Man, I don't want to watch this." And I turned back and seeing him stretched out. I was like, "Oh, what I missed?" So they did the replay. I was like, "Oh my god, this man stretched him out in like 30 seconds." It was lights out. I was like, by far, that's my number one knockout right now. Because dude lost every single second of every round. And all it took was one shot. He caught him on a button and it was lights out.
You know what? It's kind of like watching the fight with rest in peace.
It was almost like the Manny Pacquiao fight. It was almost like the Manny Pacquiao fight.
I was gonna say, yeah. I like fights like that where you see guys, they down and you're thinking, okay, it's over for them. And then somehow, some way, they make a comeback. I was gonna say like Chico Corrales, our boy Chico, who was the guy that he was fighting, and Chico was getting beat real bad, man. And then there was that last round where Chico just came back and stopped him. And I'm like, yo, this is crazy.
What fight was
this is
that?
crazy.
I know what fight you're talking about. I just can't think of the person's name.
I can't think of the other dude's name. Floyd fought him. The other dude too. Shit. I can't think of old boy's name.
That's not saying much because Floyd fought every goddamn body.
Yeah, I know. Boy, he fought everybody, including his pops.
the only person that Floyd didn't fight is Paul Williams. That's the only person that Floyd didn't fight. And
Paul Williams.
Yeah, Paul Williams. I mean, of course, the Winky Wright fight, he didn't do that, but Winky Wright was in another weight class. I'm talking about guys that was actually in his weight class. The only person that Floyd didn't fight was Paul Williams. And like Paul said, the opportunity never presented itself. And then when it came the time where they could have possibly made the fight, Paul Williams ended up having his accident.
Yeah. So sad too.
Still would it be Paul Williams after what I saw what Sergio did? Sergio did to him. I think Paul Williams would have got beat. Was that Sergio?
I don't know, man, because damn, every time I just think about poor Anthony Dirrell, man, I'll be like, God damn, I like Dirrell too, Shawar. I like Dirrell.
I mean, it was a nice
it
setup.
Hurt me to watch that shit and watch at
the way he went to the body. He just said, boom, boom.
We was at the So we was at the press conference, right, in Brooklyn for it. And he was telling us on camera, he was like, I'm telling y'all right now, I'm going to put his white ass out his misery. And I'm looking at him like, oh, well, okay, we're believing it too. We like, all right, we're going there, D, do your thing. He said, tell you, get a ticket, don't blink. You know how, don't go to the refrigerator. He telling us all this shit. I'm like, okay.
Somebody did a video about that. Somebody did a video when Anthony said.
Yeah, I went straight to the damn refrigerator right after he knocked his ass out. I went straight to the refrigerator because I couldn't believe it.
Somebody did a video when Anthony Durrell was like, "He like, man, who the fuck had you knocked out? You ain't knocked nobody out.
Yeah, nobody
out.
Nobody.
And somebody did a video. They showed that clip of Anthony Durrell saying that, and then they showed the clip when he got knocked out. I was like, God damn,
to fake like you gonna go to the body and catch him the way he did was nasty work. It was nasty.
No, he didn't fake it. He hit him to the body. He caught him with a rib shot, and then when Durrell brought that guard down, he came over top. Boom.
Yeah, nobody expected that. Not no knockout for Caleb.
Yo, I'm telling you, I'm sitting there, and I'm like, damn, what happened to the? Don't go to the refrigerator.
You wasn't supposed to go till Caleb knocked him out.
I'm like, well, I guess. I'm looking at my wife like, is it safe to go to the refrigerator?
It's safe.
Like, is it safe?
Yeah.
Like, go down?
Your wife said, no, it's not safe to go to the refrigerator unless you want to get knocked out.
No, but the scary thing about it was the way his body was positioned after the knockout. I thought Caleb killed him. I said, "Oh,
that's why Caleb put the dirt on top of him. You saw Caleb put the dirt on him.
Caleb. I mean, you got somebody just disrespecting you, and it's crazy because I blame Bernard Hopkins for this because everybody started running with it that I'll never let a white boy beat me. That was the wrong thing for him to tell that man. Wrong thing for them to tell that. Remember, he told Joe Calzaghe that. Yeah, he told Joe Calzaghe that didn't work.
Joe Calzaghe knocked his ass in the first row. Okay. I got something for your ass.
You know what I liked about Joe Calzaghe handled that so professional? He was just like, you will lose.
It was the look on Bernard Hopkins' face when he fell into the first row. He was like, are you gonna catch yourself or you just gonna fall? He looking back at the ring like, really, you had to hit me that hard though, dog. Really? I got you that bad that you had to hit me that damn hard. I was like, damn, Bernard, we got you out here looking bad.
Oh shit.
That had to be the worst feeling ever in your life when you get knocked out of the ring and you got to turn around, walk all the way around, and come back into the ring. Like, man, fuck, this fight is over. I'm gonna go straight to my goddamn locker room. This fight is over.
That was Joe Smith.
It was Joe Smith.
Joe Smith. Yeah, that's why I was like, that was Calzaghe. No, he was Joe Smith.
That got to be the most humiliating feeling ever. You get knocked out of the ring and you walking past everybody in the front row. Hey, how you doing? How you doing? What's going on? Hey, how you doing? Why are you out here? You supposed to be in the ring.
Hold on. How you going around the ring shaking hands with people? Thanks for coming out tonight, y'all. Hey, listen, I'm yo, that shit's funny as hell.
At least they try to catch him when C. Wood knocked out when he knocked Collins out the ring. They didn't even catch his ass. He went straight head first to the ground. I was like, damn, ain't nobody trying to catch this man. That man ended up having to go to the hospital.
Yo, the looks on the judges' faces at that fight, at that Joe Smith fight, the look on the judges' faces, man, was like, yo, they couldn't even believe what they just witnessed. Like,
they looking at Bernard like, man, you messing up all my goddamn paperwork, man. Get your ass off the damn table. Messing up all my damn paperwork.
I ain't never seen somebody
Well,
give up though.
we don't need the scorecards anyway. Fuck it. You already got your ass knocked out. We don't need the goddamn
I
scorecards
ain't
anyway.
never seen somebody get knocked out the ring like that, get up and then walk around like shit just happened. Like
He
nothing
said,
just.
he said that reminds me of the Jab Judah. The Jab Judah fight with Costa Zoo. Don't ever play with matches. That nigga got knocked out so hard. He jumped up and said something to the referee like, "Don't ever play with matches."
Like Rolly, what did he say? Happy Easter.
That nigga get knocked out so bad. That nigga hopped up and said something to the referee like, "Don't ever play with matches," and then fell back out. No, but the way he got up and he tried, it's like he got up, but he didn't have his burns together.
So he told me. So
and was out.
Zab told me when I talked to him. I said, "Yo, Zab, what did you actually say to the ref?"
Mm-hmm.
He said, "I was letting him know I was okay, but my leg said something else."
Right, he needed to let the referee know, "Hey, look, I motherfucker charged you. You knew I shouldn't have been in this goddamn ring."
Because he said he was like, "When you see me put my glove up, I was putting my glove up to let him know I was all right, but my legs just gave out. When my legs went out, I went down and then I hopped back up thinking I had enough time, but they just he stopped it."
That's what happened when you never hit the canvas first. I mean, you never hit the canvas full in your life, and you try to hop back up. No, nigga, take your time getting back up.
Yeah.
Let
You
me
got
tell you
knocked
something.
down. Okay, get your shit together. Your head is a little dizzy. Get your shit together, then get up.
Shawar, I done seen people come out the club drunk just like that and fall just like that. They come out smack.
That nigga got up. The funny thing about it was he got up. All his body parts was not together. Every last one of his body parts was wrong. His hand pointed at the ref. He looked at the crowd. His legs went that way and his upper body went that way. That nigga whole body was out of coordination.
But hold on, he said he got up and said, "Never play with matches."
That nigga whole body was uncoordinated. Like he had his hand pointing this way, he looked that way. His legs went that way, his body went this way. I'm like, okay, dog, you all fucked up, dog.
And if you notice when Constantine hit him though, he caught him pretty good on the chin. He caught him pretty good. He caught him real good.
Nigga, he knocked that nigga body 5 different directions. He knocked the nigga body 5 different directions.
Yo, he said as soon as he hit the ground, the ref waved it off. Yeah. Yeah,
like,
man.
The way that nigga just fell back down, he ain't good. This is over.
Oh, we need to do a live on some of the funniest knockouts in boxing history. Oh, because I know there's a shitload of them that we could just sit back and laugh at.
Put together a compilation.
Put a whole bunch together.
That might have been the funniest one. The one that's behind that was when Arthur knocked out Joe Smith. He made that nigga Joe Smith do a hop and run. That nigga hopped and ran away. I was like, nigga, did you just hop?
Why don't I remember him doing that?
Nigga hopped and then ran away. I was like, oh. Did he just make this nigga hop?
Yo. We was on the live. We was on the live the next day. Like, where the hell was Joe running to? Where he was running.
That nigga hop. I ain't never seen nobody hop.
No, the last time I see somebody hop like that is when George Foreman hit Frazier. Remember when Frazier did that hop?
Oh yeah, that was another one. That nigga Joe Frazier, he hopped too. I was like, no, you gotta get hit hard as hell to hop. The nigga, you know what was the mind that was the tricks that was playing on his mind. He hopped because in his mind he was on the ground, but he was standing up. He thought he was there, so he was getting back up, but he was already up.
Yo, you gotta get hit. You got to get hit pretty hard. Every
That's
time I
like
go back there,
what Tank knocked out Hector Garcia. He hit this nigga Hector Garcia that Hector lost memory, thought he was down, and went blind all off of one punch.
Yeah.
One punch. This man
hey,
told
he
me he
got
was
a
blind.
I
he,
think
he,
I think right here.
listen. He got paid. He got paid and got his disability check all in one night. That shit's
That nigga,
crazy, yo. That shit is crazy.
That was bad.
no,
Man, listen.
how do you get hit that hard that you think you're blind? And this man said, I can't see.
I'm telling you, I think
I can't see.
said it
I
that
can't
night.
hear you.
He clipped him behind the ear a little bit.
Yeah, when they slowed it down, you see that Tank clipped him behind the ear. So yeah, that's enough for you to lose your.
That's why my husband was like, when people can, if you get hit in the back of your head, it can cause temporary blindness. And I was like, for real.
Yeah.
We saw that on live TV.
Huh?
We saw that on live TV. That nigga got hit behind his ear and was temporarily blind. He said, man, I can't see.
Yo, listen, if you notice, one thing we have to give Tank credit on, man, is once that man hit you, you ain't never the same. Like when he hit Frank Martin, the way Frank Martin just laid there and looked up in the sky, I said, "Oh man, I hated to see Martin in that position. That hurt me, man."
Was that Sugar Ray Robinson that hit somebody in the stomach and broke his back?
I think I heard that. Yeah, I heard that.
No, I think it was Sugar Ray Robinson.
Yeah,
I heard that. Back. He hit the man in the stomach and broke his back, and that's where Mike Tyson got it from. He said, "I broke my back." What part of your back? Spinal. Mike Tyson, hold on.
Oh.
Mike Tyson, what the fuck did you just say? He said, I broke my back. What part of your back?
Spinal. Spinal.
We said what part, top, middle, bottom? You said spinal.
He said, yeah, I just couldn't move the way I wanted to because I broke my back. He said, well, what part of your back did you break? My spinal.
Yeah, but yeah,
I know y'all watched
I think that was Sugar Ray Robinson.
People getting hit in slow motion, and when you see them doing them liver shots, sometimes you see that come through there.
LB said, I'm not gonna lie to you, I felt real bad for Leo Santa Cruz when Tank hit him. I felt bad. I felt bad for that boy. I felt bad for that because he slept him. He caught that boy with an uppercut and sent him to heaven twice.
No, y'all don't even understand. Santa Cruz was forever in Tank Davis' debt. Do you know how? Yo, he had 8 weeks of camp. He didn't see his kids. He was training hard. The man was tired. Tank hit that man. That man went to sleep and he was smiling. That nigga was like, that man was at peace. He was at peace. That nigga was not. I don't know why y'all felt sorry for him. He was at peace. That man was on the camera
at peace.
It was nap time. He was trying to take a nap.
No, but I'm not gonna lie. When Tank caught him with that uppercut, man, I said, Jesus. I said, Jesus Christ. I ain't never seen somebody get caught like that.
What Santa Cruz need to do is thank the person that made Tank Davis change his gloves. Because the glove that Tank Davis had on was boxer gloves. Tank Davis was going to wear the puncher's glove, and the puncher's glove is a little less padding. There's a little less padding in the puncher's glove. They made him change to the boxer glove. If he would have had on a puncher's glove, Santa Cruz might not be here to this day.
Yeah, he might not have made it. He might not have made it through. Ooh-wee.
Well, he ended up failing that mission anyway. He ended up failing that one anyway. Because Tank, I said, yo, I ain't know. And he was knocked out cold.
I'm telling you, Santa Cruz, that was probably the best sleep that man had in months. That man was smiling so hard when he was in that corner sleep. I was like, damn, I ain't never seen nobody get knocked out and smile that hard.
Man, let me tell you.
I'll tell you.
We done
I
I
seen
mean,
some.
I did see somebody make somebody do a dance in a ring though. I did see that. When Floyd hit Diego Corrales, that nigga that nigga do a whole parasol. That nigga did a whole spin. That nigga said, I was like, did this nigga just spin? This nigga just literally spin. That nigga said,
And that's when his father, and that's when his father, that's when his father stopped it. That's when his father stopped it. Because when he got up, he looked at the ref, looked at the corner, and seen that his father was on top, and his father stopped it. His father was like, "Nah, you can't do this, man. This is it."
This nigga Floyd
You couldn't
hit
do
this
nothing
man
for
so
it.
hard, that man spin. I was like, did this nigga just spin around?
Wait a minute, Joe.
Yeah, I mean,
Why is
it's a lot of funny ass knockouts.
Tank
What'd you say, sis?
in the chat, considering his dwarfism.
Tank is super inspirational.
Yeah, he got no dwarfism.
Damn, nasty work. Yeah, damn.
You better not ever let that dwarf hit your ass. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, he said, take it super.
He's a itty bitty. He's a itty bitty.
Nah, when I saw him at for the Lamont joint and he came in, I was like, he just like a little stocky, but I said, damn, I said he is short. And then I saw Lamont and I said, oh, it's a big difference between them two.
Is
Big
it?
difference. Yeah, it's a big difference.
How tall is Lamont?
Lamont is about my
Lamont
height.
is like 5'7". Yeah, he like 5'7".
Because I'm 5'4", and that's what they say Tank is. So
Tank is about your height. Tank is about 5'4".
5'4".
Tank just wears his pants hella big. You know what I'm saying? When he came in the Gleasons that day, I was like, what the hell? But that's Tank.
He
So
wearing shoes with some thick heel too, because
oh
remember he's
no.
almost as tall as Ryan.
You know what? When he fought Barrios, right? I'm not gonna lie, for the first time I was like, I don't know how nobody else maybe felt, but me, I had some concerns. And I'm like, okay, Tank, you got a big test in front of you, and then shit. It was that round where it just everything, you know how Tank is. He'll let you get them first couple rounds, and after that, that's your ass. It's over.
After it was like Brian Mendoza versus Dagon Sebastian.
Sebastian,
you like, dang, how the fuck is Brian Mendoza gonna land a punch on this dude? And then all of a sudden it landed, and Sebastian was out cold.
I was happy, boy.
Yo, but you know what? I felt like he was already knocked off. He was already knocked out before he hit that canvas. Because you ain't never see somebody pause in the middle of the ring. That man paused.
He fell bad.
Oh, yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Oh, Charles Martin. I know Charles Martin. I was about to say, I thought you were going to say Charles Martin.
No, Charles Martin too, but it was a woman fight. She literally pressed pause on this female. I was like, she hit this female. The female was sitting there about to come in and was about to throw a punch. She got hit. She said,
"Was that?"
Like she just stopped. She was like,
I'm trying to think. Was that?
I was like, I can't remember what fight. Who was fighting?
Was it? I think it was either Ann Wolf or a Layla Ali fight. It was somebody. I remember that. I remember the girl pausing in the middle of the ring.
Pause in the fight, but no, daggone Charles Martin. That wasn't a pause. Somebody called that man name. He got hit, and they were like, "Hey, Charles, watch out for the punch." And he was like, "What?" And he got hit again.
Oh my God!
I'm telling you, they called. Somebody called.
We've seen a lot of funny stuff in boxing where we've had a lot of laughs, man. Even though you didn't want to laugh, you had to laugh at some of that shit. Cause some of it is like, it was comical, man. I hate to see guys get put to sleep, and it was crazy because I remember after Caleb did what he did, I was like, well, that's the last of Darrell. We won't see him again, and I don't think we saw him after that. Did we, Free? I think that was it.
Yeah, no, we didn't.
Yeah,
I'm hoping he's doing well.
Yeah, we
And-
see him all the time at the fights. He
Well, I mean,
I'm about to say,
You know,
we seen him. He's doing well. He's doing well. It's just
he was
said,
talking
"No, I'm
shit
not
about
doing no
Devin.
punches
Remember,
like that."
he's fine.
No, I mean,
he's talking shit about who?
Devin.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, he was talking shit about Devin.
Mhm.
But
Everybody
He
is.
he really
He's fine. Yeah.
like
you know.
when I see a dude get knocked out like that, I'm like, oh, there ain't nothing you can say to me. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, he didn't see that.
You got knocked out. You was talking shit and you got knocked out. I have never touched the canvas. It wasn't nothing you could say to me. Okay, I got knocked down 3 times. Fine. Dude was on
But I still
drugs.
got up.
I got up every single time. Your ass went to sleep. It ain't shit you can say to me. You went to sleep.
Y'all is wrong.
Yo, I'm just saying though, it be some.
That's like somebody trying to tell me how to cook and you burn up everything. Like, dog, you can't tell me how to cook. Everything you cook is burnt.
Everything you
tell me
touch.
how to make something.
Everything you touch is
I'm
burned.
trying to figure out how to make some lamb. I'm trying to figure out how to make some lamb chop. Nigga, I got you. Nigga, I am not listening to you. Nigga, your lamb chop be crispy.
She said you got lamb chops as crispy as I don't know what.
Hard chops. Yeah.
Oh,
that nigga lamb chop look like fried pork chops. His lamb chop look like fried pork chops. Trying to tell me how to make lamb chops.
Yo,
lamb
y'all.
chops is like steak. It's not like pork chops. It's like steak. You're supposed to have it juicy,
Yeah.
not crispy.
My daughter makes it with some type of little sauce, like I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
I ain't no pork
I
chop.
make all types of lamb chops. I mean, you gotta lamb chops. You can taste the difference because it doesn't taste like any other meat, so you can taste the difference. But it has like an aftertaste, a small hint of an aftertaste. But if you make it properly, they good as a mug.
Well, I was about to say, now hers don't. When I make it, it does. It has that slight that gamey, and I don't care if I soak them or whatever. But I don't know. She don't even got to soak hers or nothing like that. And then she makes, like I said, some kind of garlic little stuff.
Yeah.
She don't have to put that on there, but even if she don't, the lamb is different. It's different, but it's good.
Yeah, you gotta know what you're doing. That's all.
The one meat that I can't eat. I tried it multiple times. I would never eat it again. Is rabbit. I tried rabbit. They were like, "Dog, rabbit good." I'm like, "Dog, I tried it. I done went to a 5-star restaurant. I made it at home my damn self. I done had another person make it for me. I can't do it. That shit.
What it tastes like to you? What it tastes like to you?
It tastes like meat that's been left out for a while. It has like it has a bad aftertaste. Like
I don't have no desire.
It's almost like you can almost tell that it's a wild animal. Like some wild animals, you can't really tell that they're wild animals. You know that it's a wild animal, but you really can't tell. But like when I had rabbit, like I said, every time I had rabbit, it always had that taste. And I actually had somebody give me some and didn't tell me that it was rabbit. And I was like, man, what the hell is this? They're like, what's wrong? I was like, man, this shit nasty. They're like, what is this? They're like, oh, that's rabbit. I was like, man, don't give me that shit, dog. I done had rabbit before. This shit is not good. Like, I'm sitting there eating because it does. Of course, when you cook it, it doesn't look like it looks like a regular piece of meat. So I'm sitting there going through my food, and I ate a piece. I'm like, dog, what the fuck kind of meat is this? I'm thinking they're gonna tell me it's a boar or something like that. They're like, that's rabbit. I was like, man, don't give me this shit. No, that shit not good.
Nah, that's why I go down south. I don't let them. I go down south. They family. They always try to get me. I'm like, I'm not with it.
I don't have no desire to try it. I've tried frog legs, and I don't care what nobody say. It always tastes like swamp water to me. So I don't. It don't taste like chicken.
That's similar to rabbit.
I don't want it then, because I don't eat frog legs, and I sure ain't eating no rabbit, no possum.
Like, some people told me that
it
tastes like chicken. I'm like, dog, I done had all different styles of chicken. You cannot trick me and say this tastes like chicken. I know it don't taste like chicken. I can just tell by the way it looks, it don't taste like chicken. Like, dog, you can't tell me it tastes. No, it do. If you put it over a campfire, it tastes just like chicken.
No,
Yeah,
No,
it
first of
still
all,
tastes like some
they don't have no
burnt
seasoning
rabbit.
to it. You just putting it over a campfire. You think it's supposed to take all the flavor away from it, but you put it over a fire.
You
No,
might need
dog,
some
no.
peeled onions and some herbs and something.
You might need to marinate that joint for a day or so, and then put it over the fire. But just to put it straight out of the daggone swamp, and you peel the skin and put it over the that shit ain't gonna taste like no damn chicken. And I be sitting there watching these survivor show. They're like, "Oh, this is good." Nigga, you lying like you just hungry. That's why it's good. You ain't had nothing to eat in 2 days, so you hungry.
hell
But I'm about to get
no.
up out of here. I gotta do another show.
I will be a vegetarian before I do any of that.
Yeah. I ain't messing with y'all. Y'all stupid, man.
Look at
You stupid, man. Oh my God, man. I know they supposed to be talking about Caleb. They done went all over the place, man. So what? We up here having fun.
Sorry.
We needed
I'm
to
supposed to
have
be doing some film study, man. Y'all got me over here laughing and
film
talking
study.
about
What you mean? For what? You got a show coming up?
I thought about going live either tomorrow or the day after, but no. Just for the fights, just for the videos. I usually do breakdowns, and I ain't been doing nothing because I've
You
been.
know what? I got to get into doing breakdowns. I don't really do them a lot. I don't know why, but I have to get into doing that and breaking it down. And sometimes I tend to get distracted because it's so much going on in boxing. And then I have my side when I'm dealing with amateur boxing. I got a couple of amateurs I have to reach out to, and that's really where I'm trying to pick up at is with the amateurs. But a lot of the professional boxing I talk about is just content to have to send to these people when I'm putting in for credentials and all that. Because a lot of that they want to see. They don't too much care about the amateurs. They don't give a shit about none of that.
I wouldn't worry about the breakdowns then, because you're doing way better stuff, man. You out there.
You know what? That's why I don't really do the breakdowns. This is why I really have guests and people come up, because sometimes I like to get people's feedback. You know, a lot of times when you go to channels, it's hard for you to speak your mind or to express how you feel about something without somebody who's a fan of a fighter coming at you. And you're like, look, I'm just here to just speak boxing. I'm not here to argue with you. It's okay for you to like who you like and for me to like who I like. But a lot of these places you're going to, if you're not D-riding and you're not a fan of the fighter that they like, now they want you to explain to you. They want you to explain to them what is it that you don't like about this person. And you go, well, it ain't nothing, man. You know, he's a great boxer. I just don't like him as a person. I don't like him as a person.
I know what you mean. You can't have any constructive criticism or just
you can't have no constructive criticism. So that's why a lot of people won't come over here to where I'm at, because they know I'm not going for that BS. That I'm not going to let you come over here and just do what you want. We're having too many people letting people walk into their channels and just causing a lot of confusion. And you don't want that, because you're going to have some control of what's going on, because other than that, your show will just end up being a shit show.
It's a shit show every time.
It's a shit show every time, and you can't do that, man. You got to be able to stay focused. You know, your videos are not going to always be the best. The only thing you can do is do your best. Like, a lot of people are going to look at this and they're going to go, okay, they talked about more about other stuff than they talked. Well, we did mention 68. We mentioned who was there. We mentioned about Caleb probably not moving anywhere, staying where he's at, and who we want to see him fight. Sometimes people be throwing fighters in the damn conversation that ain't got nothing to do with it in the weight. So what do you think what would happen if Tank went to 68? You think he'll fight Caleb Plant? And it's like, what? What are you talking about?
People got understand, like, how long is you supposed to sit up and talk about Caleb staying at the same way? Or even if we said he wasn't, like, how long are you supposed to? You can only say that so many ways.
People are spoiled, or people think they understand the sport of boxing. The thing is, it's like I was telling you, is, you know, people like you, Tay, and all of us, especially our ladies, are necessary. Your faces and your voices are necessary to be on social media, because sometimes y'all can explain things a little better than we can. We can go to y'all. We ain't got to hear all this screaming and shit. We go to y'all. We ain't got to hear no screaming. Y'all get on there. Y'all got y'all Miss Chalet voices. You know what I'm saying? Y'all voices be, you know what I'm saying?
Not me.
Y'all ain't screaming, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can't take all the screaming. Somebody got to scream to get their point across. It's aggravating. But like you said, how many times are we supposed to keep saying the same thing in the amount of time we was on there? I just told people before I came on. I said, look, I was already on my live 2 hours early this morning, so I'm like, I'm not gonna be on here all night. I
Oh
got
yeah, I missed. Well, this morning I didn't even get my butt up. What happened with your conversation about Alicia Baumgartner? How that go?
Oh, it was great. What the thing with Alicia was being I was glad to see first of all, I'm glad to see her coming back. I don't care what her situation was, because like I was telling everybody, if you're going to put your foot on her neck, you got to do it to everybody else that cheated. I
Yeah,
mean, like I said, Dillian White did it umpteen times, and they keep giving him opportunities to come back. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy how many times this dude gets so many chances to come back that it's ridiculous. So we can't do that to her. You know what I'm saying? Whatever happened in her situation, it happened. She's back. She's over. You know, she's gonna be able to make her bag now. She's with Jake and them, and I'm happy to see her in that position. Because these females, to me, are not making as much money as they should, and they fight just as good as the fellas.
I agree. I mean, because the rounds are a little shorter, I'm
Yeah,
not mad if they ain't making the exact amount, but they definitely need more money.
but
Definitely need, because they be
and
like, man, they be scrapping.
yeah, we just need. We're gonna need is we're gonna need Turkey Al Sheik to participate. Him and Jake, I don't know what their relationship is, if there is a relationship, but in some way, somehow, we're gonna need them to either get something going. Jake is already doing his part, because when we look at Turkey Ali Sheik, a lot of his cards, no disrespect, it's a lot of fellas. I mean,
Yeah, I
cool.
don't think you'll see that on his cards for some reason,
Right.
Clemens.
Yeah, and I would love to ask him why, because I don't need you
Well,
to.
you know why. You know
I
why.
mean, listen, don't come being no male chauvinist now. You can't do
Well,
that,
that's
man.
their
Yeah,
culture. That's their.
yeah.
Okay,
Which,
so
which
this is what they could do though: get more women on Matchroom and Queensberry and PBC and Top Rank. Get more women actually on there,
yeah,
and,
and I
and
never
then
understood
everybody
because right
actually
now,
fight.
I think right now, for what I know, Eddie Hearn got that locked down with the women. Like he has
I
a
think so
lot
too. I think he
of
has the
women.
most women.
If
Yep.
you look at PBC, they didn't really have no girls like that. Top rank, they had a small portion. Queensberry, I don't know. I think Frank Warren got something going on. Frank and Eddie Hearn might be right there when it comes to women, but I know for sure when it comes to Eddie, Eddie got women from America and outside of America. So
Yeah, Eddie was trying to scoop up. Yeah, no.
yeah, he's pretty.
Yeah.
Eddie's doing pretty good in that department. But yeah, so the Alicia one was good. We did. I did the Keyshawn versus Abdullah, because I said eventually them two are gonna see each other. I'm hoping in either the beginning of next year or the middle of or the ending of the year. Um, so yeah, tomorrow I don't know who I'm gonna get into it about tomorrow. I'm just trying to make sure I keep my content up, so I have to think about it because all I know is that Caleb Plant fights next week.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know if I'm gonna get into it again about him. I might. It's like I said, there's only so much we can say. There's only so many times we can come up here and go, well, we want to see him against Edgar. We want to get his. We already addressed that. Everybody's addressing that. We want to see him against Edgar or Jamal. So I'm not going to come back here next week just to repeat the same thing.
Right.
So I might just go ahead and wait for the fight to happen and just watch it, because I'm definitely going to watch it next week. I'm going to watch both of them and just enjoy this boxing. Well, when are you going live? Because maybe I'm missing you. I'm not catching
That's what I said. Maybe I don't know. Maybe tomorrow. Again, it just depends. Because a lot of times I get like this happens. I be studying and then I start doing other stuff. So So then I be eking my videos out, you know. Well, I get them out, but it's just like last minute.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I be lifing.
Life be life, yeah, life be life, man. It
Yeah.
happens.
Well,
It
and I
happens.
haven't been doing nothing because of gardening. So I've been off a little bit anyway.
Yeah, because I tend to get distracted sometime where I'm like that, and I just be like, you know what, not today,
Yeah.
not today. And
But I've
sometimes
been wanting to go live. I want to talk about the fights that just happened.
I be want to step back sometime from it because I don't know. It's so much that comes with boxing, and then there's so much that comes with these conversations where you ever got to a point where you like, I need a break, not today. I don't feel like I want to be the person that just sit. Sometimes you don't even want to sit and watch people's lives. Sometimes you just be like, you know what? Just let me. I just want to sit back for the day.
Yeah, I mean, I do that often enough, though. So
Yeah, because you'll walk into a channel and you be like, see, this is the reason why I didn't watch it today. This is exactly why. I knew they was
oh,
going to be over here. I knew they was going to be over here with this foolishness. This is why I didn't
yeah,
want to come and
it's
watch it.
plenty of times, or I'll just watch something that's more on a peaceful note, calm note, where there's not
You
all
know,
that.
have you ever seen it crazy over here? Like when you come over here and watch, it is never crazy
No,
because I had to be mindful of the company that I would keep because you can't open your doors to everybody. You know, our platform, I always say, it's our homes. And we don't let everybody in our home. You know what I'm saying? We let certain people. We open the door for everybody. People will be going to your refrigerator and using your bathroom, and you
no, they
wouldn't
go,
even know what to be going to. Like, yeah, our platforms is our home. We can't let people just walk in and do what they want. So we gotta be mindful of who we let in. But you see, when you come over here, it's peace and quiet. It's not we gonna laugh and joke and then respectfully we gonna move on. We ain't doing all that debating and cursing each other out. As soon as we lose a boxing conversation, now we crashing out. We're not gonna do that over here.
Nah, I ain't letting that happen on
This
my
is
platform.
it's not that serious.
Yeah, I ain't letting that.
You're not working. You're not working for these fighters. You're not getting them no pension. You're not in a training camp, so you know you're not going to do all that. So it is what it is. But I appreciate your sis for coming and rocking and let me know when you. I don't know because the notifications be weird.
Well, maybe I'll just send you. I'll just send you a.
Because the I'm always catching you after you go live. I'll be like, wait a minute. How
Well,
the hell?
okay. Here's the thing, though. It usually is afternoon, so it'll usually be about 1 or 1:30.
Okay.
I was trying to start going like Wednesday afternoons at 1, but sometimes I come back off the road and I'll wait a whole another extra day. Like it just depends, but I'll be popping up.
It's a good thing that you got to start on your videos, and this is what we was getting on Tay about because we told Tay, which they used to get on me about because I wasn't coming outside on YouTube neither. All I was doing was staying on Instagram. But now we all have the opportunity to do something great, and once we get used to doing the videos, it's really not that hard. It's really not that hard. If
Videos
people,
wasn't the hard part. It was the going live that
it was the going live,
Conno
yeah.
pushed me though. Yeah, he pushed me.
I didn't want to deal. I didn't want to deal with trolls. And I didn't want to deal with everybody saying send a link, send a link. That's why I didn't want to do it. It was just like I don't feel like dealing.
I'll put links out. I'll
Yeah,
put links out, but I also am gonna gauge who the hell is getting.
yeah. You got to be quick. You got to be careful. You got a couple glizzy showers.
No, it's only people that actually I've been to their channels and I know what they talking like, and and there's people in the chat I would actually allow to come up there too. But if I've never seen your name and I don't, hell no.
Yeah, I'm not sending you no link. A guy got mad at me. What was that last week? And he was like, he never came in and said.
I remember.
Yeah, he just came in and said, drop a link. Where the link? I'm like, first of all, who are you?
Up your ass around the corner. And it ain't.
You want to talk about, because I've been on KO's channel and
I remember that.
I'm like, I don't give a damn if you've been on Sesame Street. I'm not sending you no damn link and I don't know you.
Yeah.
I said you can bounce your ass right up out of here. Like these people be there. And then when I go to see if he had a channel, you ain't even got a channel, but you sitting there trying to tell me where you been and who. I said, man, get your goofy ass out of here, man. That's why I bounced him right up out of here. I'm not playing that, man.
Yeah.
People are weird.
playing.
People are weird, but I'm glad to see that you're on, and hopefully, man, you continue to do your thing, man. We're gonna
Oh,
support you and tell people where to find you and all that and stuff, so we can make sure you get your, what you need over there, because it's all about support. So we got to keep that going.
yeah, I appreciate that. I mean, at this rate, though, I just doing it because I enjoy it. So I'm not like looking for the numbers and all that
Now,
stuff.
you know what?
If it comes, it does.
I stopped looking at it because somebody said
I
to me,
don't.
"How the hell? Why you don't have a lot more subscribers than you do?" And I'm like, I don't know. And I'm at this point, it
It's
really
irrelevant.
doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, as long as the people that rock with me rock with me.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I'm
Yeah,
enjoying it. So I think people are so focused on getting monetized. That's all people care. People don't even care about enjoying it. They just care about rushing to get monetized so they can get paid, which I understand because you're putting your time into it. But all of that is not going to happen overnight. The process is so much better when you wait versus just
I
overnight.
think it's more authentic and real. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, because I'm not gonna say something or talk about your favorite fighter every day just because I need the views or I
that
know
not
this
even.
is what you like. I'm not doing that.
That's why I know I'm not probably not going to grow like that because I don't talk about what's sensational. I talk about the fights that are coming up. I talk about fighters people don't know and talk about because I like to do film studies. So
Yeah, yeah.
I could have a channel
Well,
doing that. I would do that.
well, the
But
thing is this, right? It'll grow. It won't grow with the people who's not entertained by it, but it'll grow because I always say this, right? You have about 99 other channels out there that'll talk about what you want to hear. Go to them. Why, why, why,
yeah, people like
why? I
to
mean, my thing is, why come over here to where I'm at?
people are miserable with their life, and
Yeah,
then
like why come over here to argue with me after you just got off 3 other channels that blocked you? Now you want to come over here. Now you want to come over here to make an argument with me. They done blocked you, right? And people are slick because they go, please don't block me because I've had other channels block. Oh no, you messed up telling me please don't block me.
black.
Nah, nah, block. So
Immediately.
soon as first of all, that's the wrong way to start a conversation over me. That's like saying, please don't slap me. Now I know you done did some shit. So now I'm be ready to slap you because I know you done did something. So as soon as you say please don't block me, I'm like, yeah, I'm getting you out of here. You did something to piss them other channels off, and now you trying to come over here thinking you gonna get a wrench. It's not gonna happen. But these are just the type of people that we see. But man, the best advice I give you is I gave another guy, one of my homies in California. We was on Instagram talking, and I told him when he said he was thinking about starting the channel. I said, well, let me tell you this. Do you, and when I mean do you, I don't mean just be out here talking about anything. Do what makes you comfortable. Have the conversations you want to have. Rather, if you want to talk boxing, basketball, or what goes on in the community. When I do my morning chop ups, I did my morning chop ups because people appreciate it and they needed to hear um what was going on in our communities and to uplift people because we wake up still feeling like there's no life to life. You know what I mean? Even though you're waking up every day, you got some people who still don't look forward to even like just going on with life. Some people just
Yeah.
want to get it over with. So, I told people I'm bringing the morning chopper back. I didn't stop it because somebody said, you're not doing it no more. I said, yeah. I said, right now I have to get my boxing content up. I have to get it up because be honest with you, I'm trying to do this full time.
Yeah, I've
So
heard you say that before.
yeah, I'm trying to get it up. So now I got to come in the morning. I got to come in the afternoon. Carissa Shields thing tomorrow. I'm gonna pull up for that.
Yeah, that's gonna be good for you. That's gonna be
Oh, the
good.
Carissa Shields. You know what? I didn't know about it until a friend of mine, another buddy who's a content creator. He hit me in my DM, and I'm like, huh? I said I knew nothing about that. He said, yeah, well, of course I'm gonna tell you. And I'm like, I can't go live because for some reason live it don't come out right. I don't like the way it come out, so I'm just gonna go and record it. Because when I try to go live, it just looks ugly. I don't
Oh,
like
you
it.
mean like the quality?
Yeah, the quality looks nasty, and I'm
Yeah, I
like, ew,
remember
it looks
the
nasty.
Tank Roach.
Yeah,
Of
it looks
course.
nasty, man. It looks nasty, and I don't like that. So I'm just gonna record it, and then at some point, if I could go live, I probably would, but I know it won't come out the way I need it. Unless I go live on Instagram, but which I'm not because I'm working on over here. But yeah, we got some stuff coming up. We got some, I gotta get I don't know, I gotta get an all females panel, man. I gotta get you, Tay, I gotta get a few of y'all, man. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but
Oh
I need
no,
to I need to do something dedicating something to the ladies. So
I would like that myself on my own channel. It's hard. It's hard to try to wrangle up.
you know what? Because y'all be listen, not saying you in particular, but sometimes people the attitudes be at an all time high. You always got that one girl. Everybody else be cool. You got that one person that just be like, why we gotta do that?
That's life.
Why we gotta do that? Why we gotta talk about this? Yo,
Well,
you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Yeah.
I wasn't worried about that because usually the ladies that I know they'll talk about it, but again, it's a matter of getting them at the same time and
Yeah, because everybody has their own thing going on, so the timing has to be there. We don't want to have to keep putting it off. Oh, I can't do it this day because I get off of work at this time, or I have to be to work at this time, or I gotta find a babysitter because these kids ain't gonna let me sit here and do these damn lives. They're gonna, you know.
You
What I'm saying?
know, I wish Tay Tay would start talking boxing, or I mean, because I
Tay
don't.
Tay is great. Tay Tay's great.
I wish she
Let me
would.
tell you, I told Tay Tay, you're so great at MMA. It's a damn shame because she tells me stuff that I'm like, huh? Oh, I didn't know that. And I
Yeah,
think she's great at it. She's really great at it. Like and I told her, I said any dude would be glad to have you because if he's walking in and he knows MMA or he thinks he knows, you're somebody that can direct him to what's going on because
hmm
it's just like with these boxing fans or these so-called ones. For somebody who didn't haven't watched boxing in 10 years or 5 years and they don't know what's going on, it's our job to bring them up to date of what's going on versus just being a D rider. We have to let them know this is what's going on. We got this guy Turkey out of Sheik. He's been around about a year or two. We gotta, keep them up to date because some people stop watching boxing when their favorite fighter is retired.
or they just get tired of the drama that started to
Or
come
they
up.
get tired of the drama. And this we got a lot of drama queens that's in boxing, and it's sad to call them that, but these dudes, that's what they do. And I'm like, y'all be drama all the time. You got to explain to people this is what's going on in boxing.
I mean,
You
it
know,
ain't everywhere, but
it's not everywhere. No, it's not.
I think social media adds to that. But yeah, it's a lot of, and it's a lot of young people too that are. They're different. That's all I'm gonna say.
Man, listen,
They're different.
they 2 Chainz different. They
they
so
special.
different.
They special.
And I'm looking at them like, you sure you old enough to even be in here having a conversation with us? You ever look at some of the comments and it's like, you sound like you got a 10 o'clock curfew.
Yeah, and there's some adults running around there like that too. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, listen. They be older than me and you, and I'm like, did
Yeah.
you just say Tank had pretty eyebrows? Like, what is you talking about, dude? like,
I don't even want to know.
like, wait a minute, dude. Like, what's going on, underrated? Like, what are we talking about? But these are the kind of people that we deal with, man. But you just got to be authentic and just do you. It's no more worrying about the views and the subscribers.
I
As the
know.
time go on, people will hear you, they'll see you. Now, of course, you have a lot of people that go, "Oh, I like her. She's beautiful. She has a nice voice. I'll go listen to her," and then they get in there and they do a little more than listen, and it's like you can't come over here with that now.
I
I will
already
block.
had one of them, and I had to silence them. I was
Yeah,
like,
I'll block your ass because we can't have that. You know what I'm saying? I had somebody do that. They was like, I'm gonna meet you at the Barclays Center. I said, man, you gonna get your ass whipped. It ain't gonna be by me.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
It ain't gonna be by me though. I promise you, I ain't gonna touch it. But that my little leprechaun, she ain't gonna go for that. she ain't gonna go for that. I'm just saying that she ain't gonna go for that. So you can go ahead. You good luck in that department. But it is what it is. Well, I ain't gonna hold you too long, though, sis. I'm gonna get up out of here. I appreciate you though. And like I said, you go. Oh no, it's gonna be more days of this too. It's definitely gonna be more days. When you go live though, just make sure you just
send me a little message or something, huh?
Yeah, just share just because that's basically what I do. When I go live, I'll share, which I shouldn't have to share to everybody because if people are subscribed, they're paying attention. It's crazy when you have to go out your way to let people know, hello, I'm here.
Yeah, but notifications don't, especially lately for me. So that could be a thing too.
Yeah, it is. I've heard Blue Blood speak about it a lot, about they playing around with the notifications. And I never knew what he meant by that because I wasn't really on YouTube then. Now I think about it, I'm going, well, this is what he mean by they playing with the notifications, because somebody will say to me, I didn't know you were live. And I'm like, I've been live for like freaking 30 minutes now.
Yeah, you can even go scroll down the homepage and it won't even show that a person is live, let alone you get the notification. So
I think YouTube is like it's too much of y'all growing. It's too much going. It's too many of y'all. Every day somebody's coming with a new channel. Y'all get more subscribers. They took some of my subscribers from me. I was supposed to have 600 some subscribers. I looked up one day, I had about 20 subscribers going, and none of them unsubscribed neither. So I'm looking like, wait a minute, where the hell did all my subscribers go? Because then I know for sure they didn't
do that. They do that. Somebody told me they spoke with somebody there and somebody took it upon themselves. And I don't know if this is just the individual that was watching another person's page, but they took it upon themselves saying, oh, well, like, I guess they're like a dormant account or something. And it's like, that's not y'all's damn business. Just go on.
Yeah, you don't go doing that because like Drew do, he like, I'll be having to write to YouTube and write to them and hit them in the email. I'm like, well, I'm about to do that to them because I was supposed to have at least 600 and something subscribers. So when I seen that happen, I was like, all right, if I start to see anything else happen, then yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and make a move because every time they do that, they're just pushing you back further and further, and you're trying to move in front. You're not trying to keep being in the back, but it's either here and there. But since I'm gonna let you go, man, we'll definitely be talking, man. I'll see you in one of them chats tomorrow morning. Probably Drew's or
I'll probably be up early enough to catch you tomorrow if you go live.
I'll be on tomorrow morning. And then I'm gonna go to the Carissa Chills thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna take myself to bed early tonight.
All right, we'll do that then, sis. Right. Have a good one and tell the family I said hello.
I shall. You tell the wife I said hello.
Yo, I'm not dealing with you, yo. Peace out. All right, later, sis.